Welcome back to another episode of the D Hop Talking Shop. Officially the next episode, man, for you guys, man. On today's episode on D Hop TV, it's the best time of the year. It's free agency time, man. This is the time that I love talking. It's Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody. It's Christmas for everybody, man. That's why I said that. You know, football season is officially over with, man. So, I had to go ahead and come in and talk about free agency, man, because free agency has been going crazy, man. Let's go ahead and get today's show started with the first move. So, the first move I got today I want to talk about is Russell Wilson going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I got to say, man, I got to go ahead and pop my stuff for the one time. I did say a few episodes ago that Russell Wilson was going to be a good fit for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I want to say, yes, I did call that, man. So I like that fit. I did say that Russell Wilson, Mike Tomlin, I really feel like that'll be a good chemistry. George Pickett, he's a real good wide receiver, but, he needed more help. He needed to get another quarterback to help him get the ball more, man, because Kenny Pickett really wasn't doing that, man. And I wasn't necessarily the biggest Kenny Pickett fan, so I did say, yes, Russell Wilson needs to go to Pittsburgh, because I did say the Pittsburgh Steelers is a Super Bowl winning type of team. They got that potential kind of team to actually go all the way to the Super Bowl this year. So they got the defense, they got everything in core, but I always said they missed that quarterback. And I always said Russell Wilson, I really do feel like he does have a lot left in the tank, man. So excited to see what he do with Pittsburgh, man. I like to see a black head coach with a black quarterback doing their thing, man. So I expect those guys to bounce back this year. I expect Russell Wilson to bounce back. It's do or die this time for Russell Wilson, because if Russell Wilson do fold, don't get me wrong, if he do fold, I actually think Russell Wilson, he might be out of the league this time, man, because it's like this is his last chance, man. This is a prove year for Russ, man. But shout out to Russell Wilson, though, man, because I really feel like that was a big-time move for him. So excited to see what he do in Pittsburgh with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Moving on to the next move, Saquon Barkley to the Philadelphia Eagles. And as an Eagle fan, I am real happy about this move. I'm actually surprised that this happened, because I really didn't see this coming. But when I seen that we got rid of DeAndre Swift, I literally did tweet. I was like, man, if we don't get Saquon Barkley, I'm going to be mad. And what do you know? A few hours later, we signed Saquon Barkley, man. And I got to say, I've been seeing a lot of negative comments from the Pittsburgh Steelers fans, New York Giants fans, because, we rivals with them. As the Philadelphia Eagles, we rivals with those two. They were like, injury prone this, injury prone that with Saquon Barkley, man. He did this and that. But I got to say, I really feel like that is going to be a big-time move with us, because he's with a better offensive line, and he has weapons outside. Because think about it. When you face the Philadelphia Eagles offense, you got to key in on A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Like, you can't guard everybody. Then you got Saquon Barkley coming out the backfield with Kellen Moore calling plays. Hey, bad news, big-time business. Everybody been saying the Philadelphia Eagles been cheating, man. But shout out to Saquon Barkley. I am so happy, but I was surprised about him going to the Philadelphia Eagles. I really didn't see it coming. But a lot of people was telling me, like, man, you shouldn't be surprised. He was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was with Penn State. So that was his hometown. He is a PA guy, so I guess I could have seen it, though, man. So that was a real big-time move, man. This been a year that rivals have been going to their division rivals, man. So looking forward to playing the New York Giants twice a year, man. I definitely got to go to one of them games, if not both, man. So, yes, I'm really excited about the Saquon Barkley to the Philadelphia Eagles move, man, because he's going to be he's going to do better with the Philadelphia Eagles than he did with the New York Giants, man. So, moving on to the next free agent move, DeAndre Swift has officially signed with the Chicago Bears. Shout out to DeAndre Swift. I'm not going to lie. I did want the Philadelphia Eagles to resign DeAndre Swift. Don't get me wrong. But, I understand he got his money with the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears, they need to really put an offensive line behind DeAndre Swift so he could go ahead and run. He was a real good talent for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. He ran that rocket. He was the perfect fit for us. But like I just said, we got Saquon Barkley now, so it's good. But shout out to DeAndre Swift, man. After the season he had with the Philadelphia Eagles, he did deserve his money, man. He did deserve a new bag, man, because it's like it was out of the Philadelphia Eagles price range, man. So I'm glad to see DeAndre Swift get his money with the Chicago Bears. Next move is Josh Jacobs going to the Green Bay Packers, and that was another surprising move that I did not see coming. I actually thought he was going to stay with the Las Vegas Raiders, man, but He signed with the Green Bay Packers. I like that move. At first, I didn't understand it. I said, wait, y'all got Aaron Jones. But, I mean, as a big-time sports fan, the little knowledge that I do have, I said, okay, they probably finna cut Aaron Jones because I'm like, Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs, man, somebody going to have to take the back seat. Both those guys was a big-time, good running backs, Pro Bowl type of running backs, man. So, Josh Jacobs with Jordan Love. Hey, the Packers, that's another team that, I really feel like a lot of people need to look out for, man, because Green Bay, hey, they coming. After putting out the Cowboys, doing how they did the Cowboys last season, they just upgraded their offense even more, man. So look for them to get another receiver. Another move that I like from the Green Bay Packers has been Xavier McKinney from the New York Giants. Hey, I remember that guy when he played for Alabama, man. He's a big-time safety for the New York Giants. I'm happy to see, as a Philadelphia Eagle fan, I am happy to see that he is out my division, man. I like the Green Bay Packers move, man. The Green Bay Packers, they've been killing the offseason so far, man. So, I like that move. That was a big time. Hey, Xavier McKinney got paid, man. Hey, I love to see these guys get paid, man. That's another reason why, like I said, I love free agency, but I also like to see these guys get their money, all these big-time free agents, because, they putting their body, life on the line on getting on these football fields because, as we know, the football, it is a dangerous sport. The NFL playing, it is a dangerous sport, man, as those guys running the ball, knocking people out, man. So Xavier McKinney goes to the Green Bay Packers. Next move is Bryce Huff, signed with my Philadelphia Eagles. I'm happy to see he's back with the Philadelphia Eagles, going with the Philadelphia Eagles, because Bryce Huff, he had 10 sacks last season, man. That's what the Philadelphia Eagles do. We beef up our defensive line, man. So him coming over from the New York Jets, man, that was a big key. We heard the rumblings last week and the weeks before free agency, leading up to free agency. We heard the rumblings that he was potentially going to be a Philadelphia Eagles fit. But I be reading all these rumors, but I don't be, getting my heads high. I don't be getting my hopes up until they actually become true. So Bryce Huff signs with the Philadelphia Eagles after having 10 sacks with the New York Jets last season. Next move, Jerry Jeudy has been officially traded from the Denver Broncos to the Cleveland Browns, and another big time move, man. Jerry Jeudy, I really do feel like he could still be that number one option. He was hyped up coming out the NFL draft, and I do feel like that, if Deshaun Watson do turn to his old self, hey, then you got Jerry Jeudy on one side and you got Amari Cooper on the other side. And Nick Chubb coming back from his ACL injury, because, Nick Chubb did get injured. Hey, they might be a dominant, big-time offense coming, man. But I'm looking forward to seeing Deshaun Watson bounce back this season. So him getting Jerry Jeudy, so big-time move for the Cleveland Browns. Next move we got is Kirk Cousins leaving the Minnesota Vikings and going to the Atlanta Falcons, man. Hey, them Falcons, I would say I'm kind of iffy 50-50 on the Kirk Cousins move. I would say it's an upgrade from what they had last year with Desmond Ridder. But Kirk Cousins has shown that he can be elite in the regular season. I will say that he's shown he could be elite. He just, Kirk Cousins just don't strike a lot of fear when it comes to the playoffs. But, for the Falcons, I understand the Falcons' situation. I understand them throwing it back. Hey, man, Kirk Cousins is the finesse king when it comes to finessing. He done got like $100+ million. I was actually surprised to see him lead the Minnesota Vikings. Thought he was going to stay there with Justin Jefferson, man. But the Atlanta Falcons made moves, so I'm kind of wait and see on that move just because I know how Kirk Cousins been over the past few seasons. Good regular season quarterback, just when it comes to the playoffs, he fold, man. But ready to see what happened with that. Next move we got is Aaron Jones leaving the Green Bay Packers and going to the Minnesota Vikings, like I was just talking about. Underrated move. I like this move from the Aaron Jones situation. The Vikings need a quarterback, though, so it's I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do about, that quarterback. Is it going to be Justin Fields? Are they going to trade up for Michael Penix in the draft? Are they going to trade up for Bo Nix? But, yes, I like the Aaron Jones move with the Minnesota Vikings, man. Pro Bowl running back, man. He do it all running back. He can catch out in the backfield. You can line him up as a receiver. You can line him up in the even wildcat situation, put him in the quarterback situation, man. So I did like that move for the Minnesota Vikings trading for Aaron Jones after, so like that move for them. So big time. Next move we got is the Brian Burns. So Brian Burns has got traded from the Carolina Panthers to the New York Giants, and big time. I'm not gonna lie, man, that strike fear in me. I'm like, he came into my division, man. Brian Burns was a 10+ sack guy with the Carolina Panthers, man. So I'm not too thrilled about him coming into my division. I will say that, man. Playing my Philadelphia Eagles twice, coming after Jalen Hurts and doing all that we got to do over there. I'm not too thrilled about that, man. But hey, small thing to a John. So I guess, we got to go ahead and contain for him, man. So big time movie. Then he got paid $150+ million. So shout out to Brian Burns, the player, but I'm not too happy about him going to the New York Giants, coming into my division, man. So looking forward to seeing him twice here. Hey, man, Philadelphia, hey, we got to block him. We just gave Landon Dickinson a contract, so we definitely going to have to go ahead and we got to make sure that we block Brian Burns, man, because, hey, that boy coming off the edge, and, man, that's going to be – and then got the guy from Oregon over to New York. Hey, I do like that move for the New York Giants, man. Moving on, we got Christian Wilkinson coming over from the Miami Dolphins to the Las Vegas Raiders, and yeah, that's another good move. Hey, him and Max Crosby, that's gonna be tough. Hey, shout out to the Raiders though, man. Antonio Pierce, shout out to Antonio Pierce first of all for getting that head coaching job, man. Those guys was losing, but the moment Antonio Pierce took over for that spot, them guys been balling, man. Those guys started turning up. That was a good defensive line move. And I could actually see that. I kind of had a feeling that he was going to go to the Raiders just because of what they got to offer. But him and Max Crosby, hey, that's definitely a top 5 defensive lineman duo in the league, man. So excited to see about that. Next move we got is the Austin Ekeler coming over from the Las Vegas Raiders, not the Las Vegas Raiders, Los Angeles Chargers to the Washington Commanders, and another person's coming into my division, man. Austin Ekeler is another running back. He's a do-it-all running back, man. He does everything well. And another person, I'm not excited about having him in my division, man. So that's like, I seen a little post talking about he look like Wallow. He does look like Wallow a little bit, man. So Austin Ekeler coming over to the NFC East to the Washington. Hey, another move that I'm finna talk about, one of my other moves that I'm really excited about seeing, Joe Mixon coming over from the Cincinnati Bengals to the Houston Texans. Hey, that's a big-time piece for C.J. Stroud, and Joe Mixon just got a new contract today, man. So, big-time move from the Houston Texans. Hey, Houston Texans, that's the team that I like. Hey, be looking out for the Houston Texans. They've been making some crazy moves. They've been getting a lot of moves too, man. Happy to see Joe Mixon get paid. I'm happy to see him with C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud, that's another underrated move. Hey, at least one team in Texas making some moves because, the Cowboys really ain't done too much, man. So, but I'm going to go and talk about the Cowboys next, man. So, the Cowboys, they did sign Eric Kendricks, and they did need a linebacker. I would say that's a decent move, man, but, as a Philadelphia Eagle fan, it doesn't concern me, so I'm going to say that. Another big-time move, Derrick Henry has officially went from the Tennessee Titans to the Baltimore Ravens, and him and Action Jackson, Lamar Jackson in that backfield, because that's another reason. That's another thing that was kind of lacking for the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs last year, they running game, man. Hey, Derrick Henry going to the Baltimore Ravens, that is like the perfect fit. That is a 10 out of 10 recommended, man, for sure, for sure. I like Derrick Henry with the Baltimore Ravens. This feel like a match made in heaven, man. So, hey, the AFC is really going to be loaded this year, man. With, all these players going over to the AFC, it's like it's starting to get real balanced, and so looking to see I expect Derrick Henry, he going to eat behind the Baltimore Ravens. I really do feel like the Baltimore Ravens could use another receiver since they just cut Odell Beckham. They might draft somebody, man, but they've been, I like the Derrick Henry to the Baltimore Ravens move, but I really feel like we should have been seeing that coming. I kind of knew about that a little bit. It just was the perfect fit for the Baltimore Ravens. Next move I'm going to talk about is Patrick Queen going over to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rivalry, man. Going over from the Baltimore Ravens to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Patrick Queen from LSU, big-time, hard-hitting linebacker, man. Hey, that's somebody I slick wanted the Philadelphia Eagles to get because as he played at LSU, and, of course, I'm an LSU fan, so, I'll be wanting the Philadelphia Eagles to get all my LSU boys, man. So, so Patrick Queen signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and like I was saying earlier when I was talking about the Russell Wilson situation, The Pittsburgh Steelers have a Super Bowl ready defense, and adding Patrick Queen to that, man, hey, he's going to be going up against Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Watson, man. Hey, I'm excited about looking at that division, man. So be looking out for that. Next movies we got Fly Eagles Fly. Hey man, my dog C.J. Gardner-Johnson is back in the fold. I was hurt when the Philadelphia Eagles cut him when they let him go last season, man. And I was like, man, we need to do everything in our power. And I had said the moment when C.J. Gardner-Johnson signed with the Detroit Lions last year, I said, yeah, that's gonna hurt the Philadelphia Eagles, man, because he was a bit. People do not understand how important C.J. Gardner-Johnson was to the Philadelphia Eagles defense. And when he left the Philadelphia Eagles defense last year, it showed, man. It showed big time, man, because I'm so happy to see C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. He said a lot of things about the Philadelphia Eagles, talking about some how they obnoxious, uptight. I even read that a Philadelphia Eagle fan stole his car in Philly, man. But hey, man, I don't care about all that, man. It's I don't care what he said about us Philadelphia Eagles fans. We can be kind of obnoxious. We can kind of be uptight sometimes, man. So I'm happy to have C.J. Gardner-Johnson back, man. Hey, I might actually get that jersey, man. Next move, Calvin Ridley leaves to Jacksonville Jaguars to go to the Tennessee Titans. Big time. That move was surprised. I was seeing all on Twitter and Facebook that he was talking about going back to the Jaguars, and he was thinking about going to the New England Patriots, but the Tennessee Titans came out of nowhere. But hey, they signed that guy to $50 million, so it's like, man, hey, I definitely would have signed him too, man. So looking forward to seeing Calvin Ridley and DeAndre Hopkins with that team. Looking forward to see what they're doing, because I'm a big fan of Will Levis, but I really feel like he's a good, decent quarterback coming out of Kentucky. He played decent last season, so looking forward to seeing that combination. Next move we got is Bobby Wagner coming over from the Seattle Seahawks, and he went to the Washington Commanders, another person that I'm not happy about coming into my division, man. Bobby Wagner led the league in tackles. I think he was definitely top 5 in tackling last season, man. So I'm not happy to see him coming over to my division, but I guess he played with Dan Quinn when they was in Seattle together, so I understand the move. That's actually like a perfect fit, man. So not happy to see Dan Quinn coming in my division either, because he was a guru with the Dallas Cowboys when he was their defensive head coach, and now he's their head coach, man. So hey, Washington has been making some news, man. If you ask me, if Washington get a quarterback, well, Washington just traded Sam Howell today, so I'm pretty sure more than 9 times out of 10 is either they gonna get Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels. But all in all, one of them is gonna come to my division, man. I'm not looking forward to that though at all. And the next move, another move that just happened, Devin White signed with my Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm not going to even lie. I'm surprised about that too. But we do need linebackers, and thank you, Howie, as a Philadelphia Eagle fan, thank you for finally giving us a linebacker. Now, I know Devin White has been up and down the past 2 seasons with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I get all that. I understand that, man. But sometimes a change of scenery can't help. He going to be with Vic Fangio, man, so I expect those guys to bounce back, man. So, hey, yeah, free agency has a lot. Like, Matt Jones has left the New England Patriots and went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, what do you guys think, what that means for Trevor Lawrence? Do you think Trevor Lawrence need to be looking over his shoulder? Trevor Lawrence has been 12-26 in his in his regular season career. So it's like, man, what do you guys think about all that? What you guys think about their moves, man? So, leave those in the comments. What you guys think Russell Wilson about all these moves? Who you guys think got it this year? Who you guys think had the best free agency so far? So, moving on, I want to say my free agency winner. So, my free agency winner so far is the Houston Texans, Baltimore Ravens, the Philadelphia Eagles, and Washington. Just because the Texans got C.J. Stroud some help, Baltimore Ravens got Lamar Jackson help with Derrick Henry because they needed some more weapons on their rushing attack. Philadelphia Eagles bringing back Saquon Barkley. Not bringing back Saquon Barkley, getting Saquon Barkley and bringing back C.J. Gardner-Johnson, getting a linebacker. And honestly, I'm real excited about the C.J. Gardner-Johnson move and the Saquon Barkley move. But honestly, I'm more happy about us bringing back C.J. Gardner-Johnson than getting Saquon Barkley, man. So it's like that. And Washington, I like what Washington has done so far. My loser so far is the Dallas Cowboys, of course. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, but they literally have done it. I mean, they got Eric Kendricks, but I mean, they still need more. Now, I really still feel like as a Dallas Cowboy op, they really still need a running back, but I'm pretty sure they're going to address that in the NFL draft. They need some offensive line help, and they might need to get another corner because Stephon Gilmore, if they assume they do sign if they don't sign Stephon Gilmore back, they got Bland in the slot. So, but we all expected. Jerry Jones never do nothing in free agency. Another move. Another L that I want to say is the Buffalo Bills. I don't really like what the Buffalo Bills. They got rid of everything. You got rid of a lot of players, but you got to replace those players with somebody, man. So it's like, the Buffalo Bills, that's not liking what they've been doing. And the Bengals, what do you guys think about that, man? Free agency is going crazy, man. A lot of news has been happening. Free agency is the best time. Like I said, it's Christmas time in the NFL. Like I said earlier in the podcast, happy holidays, man. So I'm going to switch it over to some NBA basketball real quick. So I'm going to just go ahead and give my little thoughts about the little play-in. So as it stands right now, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, and Embiid looking like they might be in the play-in, man. It's going to be star-studded in the NBA play-in tournament, man. Hey, what you guys think about the NBA play-in tournament? That's been going on for about 2 or 3 or 4 years now, the play-in tournament. I do like the play-in tournament. It gives a chance for everybody, all teams to kind of make the playoffs. They last what they've been doing all season, and it gives them a chance to kind of say they season make the NBA playoffs. MVP race. MVP race right now we have Jokic in the MVP race, Shai, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Edwards. Hey, Anthony Edwards, he might be the hottest player in the league right now, man. That guy's been going out with Karl Anthony Towns. They was at number 1. In the West, but down they done fell to the number 3 after losing to the Lakers the other day, man. So Anthony Edwards has been balling, man. That's my MVP so far this year, man. What you guys think about that? And Steph Curry has officially been cleared from his injury, as Steph Curry has missed his past few games, man. So I got a lot of things I'm talking about. College hoops, March Madness starts next week. I'm so excited about that, man. So I'm gonna be tuned in on all that, man. So it's like, Give me y'all predictions on who y'all think is gonna win the March Madness playoffs and who else think. Hey, so if you guys like today's video, make sure you guys subscribe to the D Hop Talking Shop.